Welcome back to our Circle Island tour. We are just finishing up Central Oʻahu in places like Wahiawa and Mililani. Now we're heading into Waipahu, ʻEwa Beach, Kapolei, and Ko Olina. If there's anything Koa Cassidy or I, Myla Gibson Bandman with Coldwell Banker Realty, can do for you by answering questions about real estate here on Oahu, or of course helping you buy or sell, please leave us a comment or get in touch with us through the links in the description box. You can also email us at info@dwellhawaii.com. This is Koa Ridge. Koa Ridge, we did a couple of videos. Well, we did one dedicated to Koa Ridge quite a while back though. That was all like red dirt. Like you have to go way down in the channel. But recently we did an update with our, I think, mid-year new construction.
I don't know, we come here a lot.
Yeah. Yasu loves it when I say, we're gonna go to Koa Ridge. We are.
It's here or which we are both going to today.
And the reason we have to do it is just, it's Koa Ridge and Ho'opili are the areas that are offering first-time home buyers especially, or first-time house buyers, the most opportunity. You know, brand new homes, and then the developer offers incentives typically on the financing by way of like, I don't know, $20,000 in closing costs, or they're able to buy like bulk interest rates and then buy them down.
So it's an easier entry.
It is.
First time
Yeah,
buyers.
it really, and then the prices are competitive with resale, with what's on the market. So Koa Ridge is right past Mililani if you're going east, southeast. It is in the Waipahu zip code. Today we're touring Waipahu, which is a funny city because it's kind of like, I mean, like we locals say funny things about Waipahu, like we'll go Waipahu because a lot of Filipinos live there, and that's kind of the inflection in their language.
Yeah.
You know, the soup. I'm part Filipino, so I can do this, and that's the great thing about living in Hawaii. We do these things, like we poke fun at Filipinos, Portuguese, we say Portuguese. We poke fun at Samoans in fun ways, not super offensive ways, but just there's things that when you coexist among so many different cultures, it's okay.
Everybody gets the same amount of jokes for their
Yeah,
ethnicity.
like Japanese, right? We'll say like, oh, Japanese, you know, rather than, and it does come from just years and years of different cultures colliding and cohabitating, and it's a beautiful thing. Like it's not meant to be divisive. It's actually very unifying because everybody gets it.
Yeah, it's not based on hate or
No.
anger like that.
Okay, so today we are exploring, we're leaving Central Oʻahu and we're heading into kind of like, we're heading west, and we're gonna cover Waipahu, which includes Waipio, Koa Ridge, Waikele. We'll go into Waipahu proper. You'll get to see how different it is between like newer construction, planned communities, and like, you know, just houses. I guess. It gets very congested in Waipahu proper, a lot of cars parked all over the street, a lot of multi-generational living, as opposed to your master plan communities where there's like, you know, rules in place and associations that disallow you from parking, you know, 4 cars all along your house. Like, you'll get to see like the drastic difference between a 6-story, not a high-rise. It's almost a high-rise. It'll have an elevator, you know, a low-rise condo building called Malukoa.
Okay, so there's still variation to like homes and Koa
There
Ridge as well.
are not as many as you would have at Ho'opili, but still, yeah, you've got options here.
All these are still brand new, yeah.
Mhm.
Those are still
Like some of them don't even have like window, like screens.
Yeah, I think this. Yeah, like this one.
Yeah, but very similar to Mililani Mauka. you know, with the cul-de-sacs and like the rounded sidewalks.
What do you think people choose Koa Ridge over Ho'opili? Like the reasons?
Location. I think people who are comfortable being closer to Mililani, who like being close to Costco, which is like a stone's throw away. People who love Castle and Cook, maybe who are born and bred Mililani. This is very familiar to them. Slightly different style in construction, wouldn't you think?
Compared to
Ho'opili.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Ho'opili's got a lot of those somewhat gentry style homes where you've got the garage on the bottom and all the bedrooms on the top. They've got some of those. They don't really have those here. Like these really live like houses you see on the mainland. Super duper organized, clear lot lines, maybe like 4,000 square foot lots. They don't have like very big lots here. There is a small association fee. Ho'opili, the reason somebody would choose that is lots of options, and then in my personal opinion, it's a much more vibrant community. Like lots of parks and
I mean, there's like schools coming
there's
up
a
in there
school
too.
coming.
Yeah, okay.
There's supposed to be one coming here too. So prices in Koa Ridge, I find they're a little more expensive than Ho'opili, but either way, buying in a new development is the place of opportunity for first-time home buyers and for first-time house buyers. So anybody like wanting to move up into a single family from a townhouse or a condo will typically find success in these new developments, and mainly because the developers will offer incentives, things like, you know, $20,000 credit towards your closing costs, or to buy down your interest rate, or the developer will already have picked up a bunch of mortgages at lower rates, and then they'll pass those on. Maybe you're walking into some discounted pricing because, well, typically the prices go up every time they release a batch of homes. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. Like they don't generally bring their prices down. Taniokas, don't know if I mentioned it already, but love this family. They're actually from Mililani, and they are like the OG poke okazuya, where you go in and like pick your tempura and pick your sweet potato and your, you know, whatever, to make your own kind of like bento box or plate.
I like
Very
how you
good.
get to like build your own
Yes.
plate.
Me too.
I always go too far though. Like at a candy shop where like, you know those places where you get a bag and you just stuff it with gummies and candies and then they weigh it. You know, it's like that. It's like you always pack it too much.
Yeah.
And then you end up with like a pretty
That'll be $28.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
like a $30
gosh.
plate.
Yeah, I know. This is a pretty drive because like you get views of Pearl Harbor.
Such a pretty day too.
Beautiful.
Super clear.
Okay, so this house to the left is my listing right now, and we listed it at 1.2 million.
This one on the corner?
Yes, it's a 6,000 square foot lot. It has 6 bedrooms. On one side of the house, there's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and then on the other side, you've got the 4 bedrooms and another bathroom, and then there's a bathroom outside. But that house, the value, I know it's crazy, like 1.2 million, are you insane? But it is set up to be multi-generational or to be a care home.
Oh, so there's like separate living spaces?
Yes, and there's like wider hallways. Like you could definitely walk in and be like, okay, I can see that this is a care home. And a lot of our Filipino friends, you know, they're all over that. So we lowered the price today to $990 because I was like, and that's kind of this market right now. Like we list at whatever the last comparable sale was. And then if it sits without many showings and without an offer for like 20 days, we have a hard conversation. And it's like, I think we really need to look at adjusting the price. So the rail line runs along this street here. This is Farrington Highway that we're coming up upon. And it sucked when they were building this because the businesses really suffered.
Dillingham is like that right now.
Oh gosh.
It's like Costco.
And it's not even making a dent in the traffic or the commute for most people. And I mean, the hard part about it is you have to drive to the rail station. So it's not eliminating cars. And then right now it only goes to Stadium.
They're testing for the airport right now.
Yeah, so that will make a big difference once it gets there, but island time is real, yo.
We've still never tried it before.
We need to.
Yeah.
It probably would deserve its own video. I don't know. Would it?
Yeah.
No. But you can see a lot of the Filipino influence here. Like right across the street is Bibat's Filipino. I think that's how you say it. Bibat. Filipino fast food.
Yeah.
There's another really good Filipino restaurant here known as Thelma's. Oh, Thelma's is so good.
Oh, I've had that before.
Golden Coin is up the street. Max's of Manila. It gets hotter than Hades in Waipahu. I don't know why.
It's
That's
been hot.
just what
The past 2 days have been really hot.
like. To me, like Pearl City, Waipahu is hot.
It's just like, it's dry too.
Yeah, and just a lot of concrete, I guess, and asphalt. I think we can park here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, we made it with like 5 minutes to spare. We're gonna walk into Tanioka's, see what else they have left, talk to all the happy people who work here. I'm telling you, it is truly like an adult candy store. And let's go. Hi. I actually love this.
Just the spicy.
Uh-huh. I forget what they call this.
I like that one with the crunchy.
Oh.
Better.
Oh. This Godaberg musubi is, it's like a Kauai thing, Godaberg sausage. That's okay. This is what I expected. I'll get that one. So, they didn't have a whole lot in there, and it was a little anticlimactic because normally you go in there and the line is long and everybody's like dancing and singing. I think they're like ready to get out. But I got my spicy ahi over rice. They do this in a platter and it's awesome. Like if you take this to a party, you're like, everybody loves you. But I only got some for myself.
They were completely empty.
Holy moly, they had nothing. I was at a coffee shop the other day in Kaka'ako, and a guy was like, Mila! And I was like, hi! And he's like, I watched your videos, I just moved here, blah, blah, blah. And like he didn't need my help because he's renting and, you know, so that was, but it was just nice to know that it helps people regardless. You know, I mean, of course we always say like, I mean, if you're gonna binge watch our videos and buy a house without us, that really hurts our feelings. Like, we really want you to hire us, but I used to say that a lot, but not so much anymore. Like, it is gratifying knowing that it's helping people. And thankfully, you know, people who resonate with it, with us and want to work with us, they do use the links in the description box, and they send us an email at info@dwellhawaii.com.
Subtle little plug right there.
Yes. We love that. So Waipahu, like I was saying, is heavily occupied by people of Filipino ancestry, and people from the Philippines move here because their family comes, and then, you know, typical people follow. But I like it. Like when I go to California, I feel like California has neighborhoods that are similar where people flock to certain areas because that's where they find their community. So in Waipahu, you will not be short of finding colorful houses, like purple,
Like
maybe,
this one.
or
This
this
one
one
has
that's
three-
very colorful.
three colors.
See? Yeah. Like my people, we like color.
That's true though. You definitely see interesting house colors in Waipahu.
Yes. And then like my mom is half Filipino, and my mom would even say to me regarding certain outfits, "Oh, Myla, that looks so Filipino." But yeah, you can kind of, I hope that this is kind of a good representation, like right now on this street, of what the houses are like through here. They're like, they get added on to, you know, you've got extensions so that all the families can
The
compound.
big houses, yeah, multi-generational.
Yeah.
Look at this one on the right.
I know.
It's like three,
Like they
four
just-
houses worth.
Kept going.
Yeah. Can't believe the life of waiting in this line every day at 2 p.m. But
God bless these people who do it. I gotta think of where I'm gonna drive to so that I don't get stuck in it myself.
oh my god,
gosh!
is this normal?
Yep.
For real?
Okay, so we're gonna round back by my listing again. You know what I love about listings like this is, again, going back to helping people. Like in my office at Coldwell Banker, when we discuss our listings in the morning, like I know that my broker is probably like, Myla, what are you listing? And you know what? I'm like, I'm helping people. It's awesome. Like that's a house that I wouldn't stage because people are still living there. It's really cute. There's like major heavy drapery. Maybe you can pull up the pictures.
Major heavy
Like major
drapery.
heavy drapery.
Definitely gotta throw
There's-
those photos on there.
Trophies, there's tiaras, there's sashes. Look at the color.
Oh my god.
Isn't that amazing?
That is awesome.
Wow. And then lots of potted plants. Like that is something, look at that, potted plants. Like my people love to put potted plants all around. Look, I'm proud of all my heritage, okay? Hawaiian, Chinese, Filipino, which many of us are that mixture.
It's a very common mixture.
Very.
It's like Pog.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Pog. Pog is passion orange and guava juice. And it is a juice that we all love. Okay, so prices in Waipahu, usually a single family home is gonna be priced below the median, depending on the size, of course, and the size of the lot and the condition. But real estate is all about timing. But here on Oahu, it's more about time in the market as opposed to timing the market. Because even though our prices, even though the data is saying that the prices are down, we still have clients that are getting beat. Like in areas like Kaneohe, in like the $1.1 million range. We've got clients that have gotten beat 3 times in Kailua. And these homes are still seeing multiple offers and they're still going for over asking. So this data can't necessarily be applied to everything. But in neighborhoods like Waipahu, Kapolei, Waikele, which is where we're heading to now, it is softer and there are deals being made in these places, but prices are still coming in like 96% of the asking price. So it's not like anybody's getting $100,000 off the price of the home. We're passing the Waikele outlets. You got Starbucks, Sephora, Lowe's, Old Navy, Banana Republic, Gap. There's a Safeway here now. There was not a grocery store in Waikele forever and ever, and now there is. There's a great golf course in Waikele. Probably one of like the best, most beautifully maintained golf courses. Their clubhouse is awesome. The food is good. They have nightly entertainment, at least right now. I don't know if that's just a summer thing. It's a nice little neighborhood. Okay, so the townhouses here are around $500,000 for like 800 square feet. Newer-ish construction, like late 90s, early 2000s. So it feels, you know, solid and homey rather than like, you know, hollow tile wall and the older condos and townhomes you see in Honolulu or even in Kailua. These have like double wall construction. And my client who bought this place, she was my youngest client still on record. I think she was 23 when she purchased it. Hawaiian girl, went to Kamehameha schools, was a wrestler, a girl wrestler, which I thought is so cool. We met her working at Starbucks in Mililani, and like, she just had the best personality and always knew my husband's drink and would like, you know, say hi to him in the morning by his name. And he was just so impressed with her tenacity and her intelligence, and he also went to Kamehameha schools, so they had that in common. And then she started working at a restaurant as a bartender, Gyukaku, in our neighborhood. So she had 2 jobs. She was going to school at UH getting an engineering degree. She was running in pageants also to supplement the income for her tuition. Finished school, like before she graduated, she approached me about buying a home.
Wow.
Yeah, and was like, hey, I'm gonna have a job, and you know, I've got an engineering job lined up, and I really want to buy a place. Like, so awesome. So she was 23 when she bought this. You know, that was in 2018, and here we are in 2025, and she has bought a single family home in Ho'opili, and she was able to do it without selling this first. And so I remember when she bought in 2018, and I shared her success story on my social media, being 23 and being Hawaiian and all this. And like, I remember people commenting like, oh, she must have rich parents. And I'd be like, no. Oh, she must have had an inheritance. No. Well,
Worked hard.
right. And like, it was unfortunate because nobody wanted to like acknowledge that or admit it. But you know, this is a girl that like paid her own way through school and like made good decisions and didn't get pregnant young. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's a bad decision. It's just, you know, your decisions lead to certain outcomes, and her decisions led to where she is now. So, and here we are, we're gonna be closing on this unit next week. So before it closes, let's take a look really quick, because it really does represent these $500,000-ish townhomes in Waikele. Welcome in. Smells good. We did the professional cleaning as per the contract. She renovated her kitchen, and they did, she's the best client. Like, they painted all the walls to make everything look fresh. It's amazing what a coat of paint can do to a place. The vaulted ceilings here make this unit really special. Square footage is a little smaller than what you typically find. I think it's like 716 square feet living, and then outside you have 100 square foot lanai. But just a simple place, right? A great place to lay your head, be safe, it's yours. You know, it doesn't have to be your forever home. I'm speaking to like our first time home buyers like Hi'ilani, and she knew that coming in here, you know, like this is perfect for me. She wasn't married at the time. You know, someday when I get married, like this will be great. And then I can have my first kid here. It's funny, like engineers do that. They plan everything out. So 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. We listed this originally for $575 because that's where the comps were coming in. But this market has been like shifting. And I'm finding that we're winning when we can make adjustments quickly. And so, you know, her being an engineer, pretty easy and even keeled when it came to Mila, okay, how have the showings been? You know, after like 3 weeks, should we drop the price? Yes, we should. You know, just like, so great, like no emotion, like, oh my gosh, I don't wanna do that. You know, like she knows, like I've got a plan. My son's gonna start preschool pretty soon. I'm gonna have a tuition. I just bought a house. So we adjusted the price down. We were at $575. We're closing next week at $485. The buyer was very straightforward, put a hefty down payment. But this is just an example of some of the things that are happening in this market. So if you're a buyer, there's those opportunities, especially if you find sellers that you know, it's gone like 60 to 90 days that these townhouses or condos have been sitting on the market. You know, you may be able to find some really good deals there. You're not gonna get $150,000, $200,000 off the price. We had already dropped the price down to $499 at the time that the offer came in, but closing at $485, it was a pretty quick escrow, and all is well in the world. Okay, so now we are gonna leave Waikele, get back on the freeway, heading west, and we'll take a swing through Royal Kunia, which is kind of another neighborhood that's a little similar to this. Side note, it was really cute. The next door neighbor came out to talk to me, and he's also the president of the board for the association here. So he's like, "Oh man, I'm so bummed that they didn't get more money for this." I'm like, "I'm sorry. I would have gotten it if I could have." Nah, I know it's not your fault. It's just the market. I mean, it really is. And he's like, "Why do you think this took so long to sell?" And it really didn't take that long. Well, it was like, I want to say 4 months. This area is so central, like easy to get off the freeway and get on the freeway, which is totally true. Like, not that Ho'opili's hard, but it is a little farther.
Yeah, it's like right on this on and off ramp.
Yeah, look how easy that was.
No traffic when you get off or on.
Yeah, like you're not waiting, not like how we were down in Waipahu with that crazy school line. Like, you don't really see that here. So I do feel like investors do okay there.
It's like a pretty hot spot for
yeah,
renters,
like,
too.
and a lot of military, you know, because we're pretty close to Schofield being there, and it's not that far from Pearl Harbor, Hickam. Okay, so I call this Royal Kunia, but technically this lower part is called Village Park. It's very similar to Waipio Gentry.
We're going through some underrated neighborhoods today.
I know! I always try to get people to give a look to Royal Kunia, and it's like, it's Waipahu, right? So people are like, oh, there's this funny thing too, like where people from the mainland or like military will say, I was told never to buy any place that starts with a W. So Waipahu, Wahiwa, Waianae, Waimanalo. I'm like, that's not true. I mean, there is a little bit of truth to it.
I feel like Waipahu is not.
No, it's not.
Especially this area. It's like.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
And look at this golf course. This is my favorite golf course, Royal Kunia. Golfers, look it up. I think the distance from the women's tee, the red tee, the forward tee, whatever you call it, is 4,700 or something like that. So, like, my best rounds have been played here. And
it feels million.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Isn't it nice? And really, also very easy to get on and off the freeway. There's a Walmart right down the street. There's a Times supermarket. There's an Italian restaurant, Starbucks, like all the conveniences. Like, I just feel like people need to not turn their noses up at this community. It's great. Cul-de-sacs. So ʻEwa Ho'opili is down below us, and we're H1 west, heading through Kapolei. We're just gonna stay on the freeway. I feel like we've done Kapolei.
Yes.
And like we did it in our PCSing to Hawaii video, because the entire ʻEwa plain makes up Kapolei and ʻEwa, as well as Ko Olina, and just a very popular region for our military service members. Mostly, again, because it's familiar. It feels and looks like
America.
It's America. Yes.
But I always get surprised because it's 3 p.m.
So traffic starts.
It starts quite early.
It starts early, and it starts with school, right? So school
that's
gets
right.
out at like 2,
Everybody picking up their
and everybody's
kids.
picking up their kids, and then that like fills up the neighborhoods. But Pearl Harbor gets out at like 3. So then that starts the Pearl City jam. And then that just like
stacks on to everything else.
Yes. So if you're not on the road out of Honolulu by like 2:30, 2:45, you're gonna hit some traffic. But the peak of the traffic is 5 o'clock. Okay, we are entering Ko Olina. We did a Ko Olina video a couple of years ago. Like I said, I thought that was a beautiful video. I love that video. Royal Kunia and Ko Olina are my top 2 favorite golf courses on the island. Royal Kunia is the cheaper one. The playtime is really long there. That's the only thing that's a bummer. But Ko Olina is the best experience I feel on the island. I haven't golfed Turtle Bay yet, but they give you the cool towel when you're done. You know, the drink cart goes around. Afterward, you can 19th hole at Roy's restaurant. On Sundays, the ʻEwa sugarcane historic train comes through here, and I always think of my daddy because my daddy was a railroader. So when they blow the little horn, I'm like, oh. Just a little overview or recap of Ko Olina. So hotels, this is the only resort gated community on the island. You've got the Four Seasons, love it so much. Aulani, Disney Aulani Resort and Spa. You've got the Marriott, the Ko Olina Beach Club, so it's more of a timeshare Marriott. And then there is an empty parcel that has been sold to the people bringing the Atlantis resort.
Is it still with them? I thought it got resold.
So
again.
China Oceanwide had it, and then they backed out, and then now somebody else stepped in. So the Atlantis is back on again.
Oh, it's back on?
Mhm.
Wow.
And then there's 4 man-made lagoons here. They're very tranquil and curated, and personally I like it. I mean, like when I'm staying at the Four Seasons, I'm all about enjoying everything that Ko Olina has to offer. Well, that's a wrap for yet another Circle Island tour. Thank you to those of you that have been with us from the beginning of all of our episodes. I forget how many we have right now, like 5 maybe, but we're gonna continue throughout the rest of the island. Our next episode is gonna pick up in Nānākuli, and we'll hit the entire Waianae coast. If you wanna dive more deep into some of these neighborhoods, we've got a lot of neighborhood videos that you can watch. I've been referencing them throughout this one. And again, if you wanna get in touch with Koa or me about anything with regards to Oahu real estate, get in touch with us through the links in the description box or email us at info@dwellhawaii.com. Thanks for watching.